So, I don't remember us talking about like MMR or anything like that. Um,
No. So yeah, I guess I'm 3.4K.
okay.
Uh, yeah, I don't play all that often because of work, and I've
Mhm.
been traveling a lot recently, but I do try and get at least 2 games in a day.
Okay. Yeah, that's plenty. Um, Obviously, like the more you can play, the better. But I mean,
Yeah.
like work and everything else comes first. I completely understand. Okay. So that's fine. You got a good explanation for that. Are you a carrot player? Is that like your
Yeah.
your main thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I prefer safe lane
Cool.
for
That makes
sure.
my life easy then. Okay. So I mean, I don't see anything too crazy that's like jumping out at me. Um, do you have any replays in mind, or any like specific questions you want to start with?
Um, Questions I want to start with. Yeah, I guess my main like issue that I'm starting to realize is that I just play way too greedy.
Hmm.
And I'm just I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to still learn what's considered too greedy and what's just right
Hmm.
because I'm just a greedy player by nature. So like the last Slark high skill game, I completely threw 100%.
Yep.
It was really actually frustrating. I got Necro ulted and died for 80 seconds, and that was basically the game.
Yeah. No,
I
we've
got
all been
megas
there.
off of it. Yeah,
We've
it was
all
a
been there.
heartbreaker.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
finished like my Scotty, and then I just instantly died 2 times in a row just by being way too greedy.
Hmm. Yeah, were you like split pushing or just doing
Just
something like
greedy
that?
going for pickoffs that I probably shouldn't have been going for.
Oh, okay. So, part of the thing with greed is like being greedy is good. You should be like literally as greedy as humanly possible
Yeah.
until like up to the point until like you would die or like you'd be that jeez, I can't talk. Up until the point where you would be detrimenting your team, in some way, whether it's feeding or like you're taking up too much farm on the map, so your team can't farm, or you're pressuring the wrong areas or whatever. But
Hmm.
those are things that you don't have to worry about. I'd say, like, just as a general advice or a piece of advice, is don't think of things as being like too greedy or not greedy enough. Think of them as like, okay, this is one specific instance. If the worst thing that could possibly happen right now happens, what is the outcome? So like let's say you're pushing bottom and there's an enemy Necro and a Spirit Breaker, like there is in this game.
Hmm.
Okay, there's no Necro here. Let's say there's Potom and Necro and Alchemist missing. The worst case scenario is like you get Alchemist stunned from Fog, regardless of what your hero is, and you don't get your Dark Pact off or whatever, and then you get arrowed and Scythe and you die. That would be the
Yeah.
worst thing if those heroes are missing, and you don't
Yeah.
know where they are. Um, so that's just kind of like you have to be constantly assessing the situation and seeing like, okay, so what is possible here?
Okay.
Um, that's kind of the best way to put it. Because like your defaults as a carry should be to always just be pushing out lanes, right? Like that's
Yeah.
you said you watch my content, so I've said that a fucking million times.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, you have. You definitely have. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, Jesus. So your since your default is farming, you need to constantly be assessing threats on the map. I realize that's really general, but that's just kind of how it is.
No, it makes sense though.
Yeah, it's like you can't think of something as being too greedy because that's just like that's so intangible. Like who decides what's greedy and what's not greedy? Like
Okay.
okay, maybe Miracle could, like the best
Yeah.
Soda player in the world,
Yeah. Yeah.
but even like he's not perfect, so probably not best. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
okay, so does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So do you want to jump into a game, or do you have any other questions or whatever?
Um, Not that I can think of. It's on my head.
All right, that's fine.
Uh, yeah. I mean, any of these, I'd just recommend picking a high skill game because the normal skills are party matches with friends.
Hmm.
So yeah, just
Okay,
pick any one of the high skill games really, other
sure,
than the
sure.
Tidehunter one, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. Jeez, 11 minutes. That does not look fun. All right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not a good game.
I'll pick this one. You have a lot of kills, good amount of assists.
I would not pick that one. I think
Okay,
actually,
okay. I mean, why? What's your reasoning?
it's a party ranked game, and I usually don't take party ranked very seriously.
Okay, sure, sure.
Uh, but yeah,
Oh, it was normal skill. I thought it was high skill. My bad.
no, 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 you're good.
All right. So, I mean, you just played this jug game. Do you think this was a good one?
I made a lot of mistakes. Yeah,
Okay, sure.
we ended up winning, but yeah, I made a lot of mistakes.
Oh, all right. Too lazy to even use hotkeys today. That's not good. All right. So, looking at the general theme of this game. Okay, you went Battle Fury first, into Manta, then Blink. Looks pretty standard.
Yeah,
Were you going Scotty after?
yeah, I was planning on going Scotty.
Okay, cool. Um,
This game kind of fell apart after like the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty shitty jug game, in all honesty. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
I
like
first picked Jug here because
yeah,
like
yeah,
someone else was on my lane. I can play other roles, but I'm just way more comfortable on carry.
yeah. That's completely fine. I have no issues with that. And Jug is a good hero to just do that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, they definitely picked good heroes against you though. Like you actually can't kill any of these heroes, like unless they have specific abilities down.
yeah,
Legion is like the only possible one, but yeah, actually you could kill Windrunner if she's not doing well.
yeah. That was like my original plan.
Hmm.
Was I could just ult Rune Ranger and just kill her like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Not worry about it.
if she gets early HP though, like a point booster, it can be really annoying. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
she's like
ended
the
up
best
diving
target.
like past tier 3s and trying to ult her and kill her and die because of it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Once again, playing too greedy. But yeah.
Okay. So, I'll just watch. I was gonna say in situations like this, you'd basically just like go back to your roots and just push constantly,
Yeah.
and try to find pickoffs. Like you went for the right items, I think. You could also get
Okay.
an MKB instead of the Scotty, but it's pretty iffy because these guys have a shit ton of damage. The Shadow Demon actually makes things annoying too with this purge.
Yeah, Shadow Demon was annoying as hell. He didn't play very well, luckily though. So
Mhm. Yeah, he's pretty tough, so it's not surprising. Okay. So items look fine. You're probably landing. If this is Weaver Abaddon, you should get fucked in this game. You should have no chance. Well,
yeah, I
I mean,
ended up solo offlaning against Weaver.
oh, you're
Or I
okay.
had Shadow Shaman with me. Excuse me.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it was just
That's
Weaver. That's why I figured going double tango probably the best.
yeah. No, you always want to get 2 sets of regen, like regardless of what you're landing against. But double tango is great. It's good reasoning against Weaver too because his damage is like sustained. He's never just gonna like nuke you for half your HP or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's smart. If these guys ran Weaver Abaddon, you guys would be in serious trouble though because you have one disable, and Abaddon has this nice ability, Aphotic Shield, that purges
Yeah, it
disables. So you couldn't kill anyone if they did this. So
Yeah.
that's a bad decision on their part, but it's okay.
30 seconds to battle.
I think you should be fine in this lane. That freaks me out every time. Yeah, I think you should be fine in this lane
The battle
against Weaver.
begins.
It's probably Weaver favored, but I'm gonna turn my sound down really quick. Okay. So you should probably be fine. The way you approach this lane is like you basically keep the wave back for a little bit, like because you're against a wave or range hero, and you just try to be safe for the first few levels. And then once you can start like pushing, relatively quickly, maybe you get phase a Keeler or something, then you can start pushing out the wave, and that's the best way to deal with it. Because you guys are gonna hit specific timings where like Weaver is gonna start doing a lot of damage at the same time that you are, but he's ranged, so he's gonna win. Just in a 1v1 laning matchup.
Mhm.
So when you guys get to the point where you can push relatively quickly and he can do damage to you, you need to just like kind of push out the wave ideally. You can maybe do some side pulls as well to do that.
Yeah.
But you just need to do that and then go to the jungle. It's kind of annoying actually. But that's how you would play this 1v1. Just in general, assuming they play like standard. Okay, so I don't like that you bought a Quelling Blade right away. I think if you're playing against a Weaver, you should buy PMS pretty much instantly.
Okay.
That's part of the strength of the Stout Shield 2 Tango build, is it gives you like 175 starting gold to mess around with. Like you can do whatever. It's 175, right? Whatever. Number doesn't matter.
Okay.
It gives you like a buffer to buy PMS or a Quelling Blade if you were in a lane against maybe an Earthshaker. Someone who's not going to threaten you. Then you would go Quelling Blade and that's fine. But the PMS is too valuable against Weaver.
Okay.
Because he wins this lane by like sustained right clicks and
Auto-attacking.
harass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I usually just go Quelling. They get easier to last hit.
Yeah, you
But
definitely
that's a
want
good
to
point. I
consider.
should definitely think about it more.
Yeah, definitely consider going PMS. Okay, you also skilled crit level 1.
Yeah,
which,
in hindsight, I should have gone spin first, but I
Mhm.
figured I probably couldn't kill him with a level 1 spin before he invised, so I just got crit first. Because I do usually 1, 1, 2.
1-1, really 1-1.
Or excuse me, not 1, 1, 2. I do 4, 4, 1, and yeah.
Okay,
I
4-1,
max
yeah.
healing word per second usually.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So level 1 spin does a shit ton of damage. It does 400, pre-magic resist, so it does 300
Yeah.
flat. And Weaver has 500 HP, so he's dead right here.
Okay.
Assuming Rasta. Yeah, if Rasta shackles and auto attacks, and then you walk up and just spin, he dies, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So,
All right, that was
definitely,
misplay.
yeah, definitely always go spin. There's
Okay.
no situation where you would get blood
Or
dance.
yeah.
Like the only situation would be is if somebody was standing still and you literally just crit them like 10 times in a row or something like that, which is
Yeah.
probably pretty unlikely. So
Yeah, it's pretty
Uh,
unlikely.
Yeah, so definitely always go spin. And also,
Okay.
Blade Dance can fuck up your last hits too, which is annoying. Okay, so let's talk about like important stuff. Important stuff here is what's happening with the wave. You need to like really pay attention to this as a carry player. If it's not something you have down pat, then you should really consider like spending 5 minutes a day just working on it. And that's equilibrium. So what happens here? Like I'll actually go back and pause and just do it right here. Okay, so right now, this range creep is about to hit you, which is bad.
Yeah, I've been tanking. I should have aggroed to the lane quicker
So that's
for
bad,
sure.
but you can
Yeah.
recover it from here for sure. Um, so what's bad about this is instead of going for this deny here and like attacking this creep to like even it out a little bit after de-aggroing the range creep, you choose to go for a last hit, and that's okay, but it's like it's bad, but it's okay in this case, you know, for whatever reason, because you're gonna get a last hit, that's fine, but it's bad for the overall health of the lane. Because this is
Okay.
going to cause it to push. So
Because I'm gonna push it.
yeah, because these two creeps are really low, and this one is really low as well, but this
Yeah.
creep is really chunky, like he's completely full. Your wave is going to push naturally, and we'll see that happen here. So that's a problem. So rather than going for this last hit, you can just go for this melee creep, and it's actually I need a hotkey for pausing. Now that I think about it, but yeah, so it's actually like really good in this case because like it's really going to work out for you in this case if you go for the deny, because if you'll notice your range creep is hitting this creep, this one below, and your
Yeah.
melee creep is hitting this creep. So this is going to last one more right click, so you'll have plenty of time to get this deny first.
And the last hit. Okay.
Yeah. So you're not going for the deny here. You're purely focused on the wave equilibrium.
Yeah.
So you need to like get your creep's HP as low as possible, and that means
Okay.
this creep needs to die. Okay, so that's pretty important, and that's actually going to give Weaver a lot of XP unless you guys pull here, because now you have a double range creep wave.
Yeah. I end up playing the next wave
Mhm.
at 53. I think I pull.
So that's fine, but he's still going to get a lot of XP, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a shit ton. He probably shouldn't get anything in this lane with Rasta. Okay, so yeah, you go pull right away, which is good. This is a good recovery. That's the best thing you could have done, really. Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
I
that's
didn't get it though.
That's rough. Well,
Yeah.
you deny a range creep, which is nice. It is a lot of XP, but it is, you know, still a mistake, obviously. Okay. So then you go back and try to do it again. It's good. Really, it should be Rasta doing this, but this is totally like
Yeah.
it's totally okay that you're doing it.
All right. So in this situation, what am I supposed to do? Like once the half a wave gets to me, am I supposed to put
yeah.
it under tower? Because that ends up pushing the lane further.
Well,
So am I supposed to just sit here and tank it? Is this like where a PMS would have been like even better?
Yes, PMS would have been better here, and that would have helped. But you can actually just run it back and
Okay.
let the tower hit it. So this is like, it's kind of weird, but it all depends on the timing. But you look and see like how far your creeps are back here. It's
Yeah.
not actually going to push the wave at all. It's just going to reset it, unless like you know some weird pulling shit happens here where Weaver pulls this camp or whatever. So the wave is just going to meet in the middle here if you run it back, which is totally fine. Like that's completely fine. You could choose to start like running the creeps around and just keeping them here like you are. But if you're gonna do that, you should just like take a wide arc, like do something
Yeah.
like this, like go up and then run this way, and that will like minimize the amount of damage you'll take because the creeps will have
Okay.
to run so much.
Yeah.
You don't want to just sit here and tank. If you
Yeah.
do
No,
that though,
definitely not.
yeah, if you do that, you need to be prepared to start thinning the wave though. So like when the creeps meet, you need to immediately start pushing a little bit to like even it out. Because if
Yeah.
these creeps are staying alive and your creeps are about to get here, and their creeps are about to get here, they're gonna have 7 creeps and you're gonna have 4. So the wave is gonna push really, really hard
Okay.
to your tower, and that's okay. But you need to thin it out so it doesn't get to your tower, because that will like in turn cause the wave to push back to Weaver's tower. Does that make sense?
Yeah. 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 No, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's totally fine to let the creeps run back like this. Like in fact, this is probably like pretty ideal. That the creeps, you know, we're stopping here, because now it's like it's kind of reset, but it's, you know, reset closer to your tower, so it's
Yeah.
really nice.
Okay.
Alright, pushing here is bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is something that shouldn't happen. So like even just little hits on the range creep like this really matter.
Yeah, that's bad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys recover though, so it's okay. Oh, yeah, also this is like a really small thing, but when you're positioning like this, actually this is okay. Being right here is okay, because you're like very open. You can do anything you want. Don't run back here though.
Okay.
Like this, your options are limited here. This is like a very defensive posture in a place and time where you don't have to be defensive at all. Unless Weaver is pushing up on you and like threatening to hit you, you might as well just stand here and like posture like you're ready to go in.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that was unfortunate timing. This isn't like pointing out Ross's mistake or whatever. It is a mistake on his part, but you just want to avoid doing this. So he actually, like, as his creep is dying,
Yeah,
he
he
walks up.
tanks the.
Yeah, so this is really bad, and that's going to cause the wave to push naturally. Because now you guys have 2 range creeps. Because their range creep got focused. If you guys kill him here, that's great. That's a good way to recover. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, good. I don't even think I need to go over that, but I'll watch once more. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, I just want to walk down the wind spin.
Yep, that's good.
Made sure to get the range creep before I went in to get level 2 spin.
It's good. Okay. Now would be a good time to pull on Ross's
Yeah, I
part.
should have pulled that 53 point.
Oh, I mean, again, ideally Rasta pulls, but
Yeah.
I think it... what are you giving up here? Yeah, I think instead of denying these 2 creeps, you should go pull. That's basically like denying as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
even if you get these 2 denies or whatever, which you don't end up doing, you only get 1, but that's okay. If you deny full, like, camp, or full creep wave, that's obviously a little bit better. Such as, that would have been a better use of your time, in my opinion, but it's okay. Alright. Okay, so he's just feeding at this point, that's good.
Yep. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
You buy your Aquila, good stuff. CS
Yeah.
is a little bit low for this
Yeah.
time, but it's okay.
I don't know why I didn't drop it off at me. Like, it ran all the way there and didn't actually give it to me.
Oh, that's weird, huh?
Yeah.
Why did it
I
do
didn't
that?
realize it until later, but
Okay, we can find out who the perpetrator is here. Okay, it was Shadow Fiends.
SF. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so he just like he was trying to be fancy or whatever and save a little time, but that's okay, whatever. Okay, yep, this is fine. Another thing you guys can do that's like related to what you asked earlier, like whether or not to tank the creeps. What pro teams will often do is if they're in a free safe lane like this, where the offlaner really isn't a threat, they'll have the carry push the lane continuously and the support continuously chain pull. So like if you're a Sven or something like that, someone who can push the wave and not take much damage, that's another option, and that just like keeps it continuously in the right place.
Okay.
That's not really the best way
Yeah.
to describe it, but yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying, though.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay, did Weaver just go bottom? I believe he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so if Weaver's bottom in this case, you need to start pushing. So this is actually interesting. You did something pretty high level that's like not... I don't know if it was intentional or not, but either way, it's whatever. So you waited for these creeps to come back, like, and get hit by the tower, and that's going to cause the wave to push a little bit, just because like these are going to get hit by the tower. So that would be good. That causes the wave to push faster, and it actually would have been pretty bad if you tanked the creeps here, because that would have it would have taken much longer to push. So you did good. So you did well there. Okay. Definitely need to be like turning your Aquila on and pushing though. Like when
Okay.
Weaver gives up his place in the
His lane.
you need to
Just
immediately
go
start
for it.
pushing the tower. Yeah.
Okay.
The only exception would be if I guess there are a couple, but really the big one is like Weaver goes missing, or Weaver shows in another lane, but everyone else is missing. Like Weaver goes to farm bottom or whatever. That would be the time where it's like, okay, I don't necessarily want to push because I could be
Yeah.
unsafe. But yeah.
But I went and saw, and I should have pushed. Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you want to punish this guy's decision for leaving the lane, and like put pressure on them. Even if you can't directly contribute to the bottom lane fight, you can contribute by like pressuring the enemy team.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was triple stacked already.
That's okay. Okay.
Oh, I die here. This was so stupid.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know what happened. Oh god. Okay, I don't want to look at that. I was about to say like I don't know why Rasta didn't just hex him, but okay, that's fine. I'm assuming you just dive or something like that.
Is it now? It might be later.
Okay. Okay.
Is right here.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually. Holy shit! You took Shikuchi damage. That's kind of funny. Oh, I see it.
I
Okay.
stuck around to look for him, and in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I ulted right there, but yeah.
Okay.
I think the ward went off 1st.
Mhm.
I think I hit the ward before I ulted, and then I didn't have mana to ult.
Right. Okay. So, couple things here. So when Rasta engages, this is actually a good fight. You made like a really small mistake of getting hit by Shikuchi before you spawn. You should actually pre-spin before you get into range, so like right here.
Yeah.
Because you see you took a
Okay.
little bit of damage there, and that really matters. Like when you're this low, like every little bit of HP matters a lot. So that's a big deal, but it's okay.
And then I should have just healing word as soon as I was done finished spinning.
I actually disagree.
Really?
I think
Okay.
yeah, I think because Omni Slash is basically your way to kill the guy, and also I mean it's your way to kill him and survive in the same way. Because like if you're Omni Slashing, he can't do anything to you.
Yeah.
Because Weaver disengages and runs into Fog here, the worst thing you can do is run back into Fog. Because what this does is, like, it lets him get time for Shukuchi to come up. So, like, let's look at his cooldowns here. Actually, let's just watch the fight entirely from Weaver's perspective. I think that'll be a better way to demonstrate this. So he uses Shukuchi here to get... Is it? Yeah, Shukuchi. Okay. He Shukuchi's away here, and his cooldown starts ticking down. He's in Fog. He knows that you just spun, so you don't have that. He knows that Rasa has no CC. So he needs to just wait for you to come around this corner. Like, if you come around the corner and he attacks and then Shukuchi's, he can't die no matter what.
Yeah.
And he's going to kill you. So the worst thing you can do here is let yourself walk around a corner into him. I guess, like, it could be the same for him, where, like, the worst thing he can do is walk around a corner. But really, if he's holding his hand over, like, the Shukuchi button, he'll be completely fine. He can just press that when you Omni. So the worst thing
I should have omnied right there.
Yeah.
I should have been quicker. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
Sort
I don't think
of,
I was.
yeah.
I think my camera position was shitty.
Yeah, it's like you should have omnied, yes, but you shouldn't have been in that position in the first place.
Okay.
You're trying to do something that's too difficult. Like you can just sit in the lane and push. If he chooses to go on you, like all you need to do is make sure he's not in creeps, and you can just omni. So like just position, like push the wave. Okay, so let's go back and actually like talk about this because I'm doing a poor job of explaining. Okay, so as soon as he leaves here, your first objective should be to ignore him and start pushing the lane. Like push
Okay.
this next creep wave hard as fuck. Because that basically, like, as soon as this creep wave is dead, he doesn't walk through lane. He can't go. He can't go here. He has to go around, unless you like, Shukuchi's through or whatever. But in that case, you can catch him with Omni. If he chooses to go on you and attack you, like you'll end up living because, like, you lost the few auto attacks.
Yeah.
Like, he can't kill you in 2 hits. Does that make sense?
No, that
So,
makes
like,
sense.
Okay. So yeah. So if you push the wave, it kind of like limits his options. But instead, you
I feed.
sort of. There's like a better way to say it though. It's like it's not as bad as just feeding. You basically like relied on your reaction times when you can rely on your brains here.
Okay.
Which you pretty much should always try to rely on your brain. Just because Dota is not like it's not a twitchy game. Like there are some situations where it's like that, but really it's a thinking man's game. So you should definitely try to rely on that a little bit more if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Okay. Let's do this. When you TP somewhere, you should just like glance around the lanes, like especially if
Okay.
you're on a hero like Jug. You just want to
Yeah.
look around.
Especially when I have omni up.
You can do a lot with it. So, and also like there's some important item timings that you might have missed. Like Legion has a Shadow Blade. Maybe your teammate said something, but this
Yeah.
is pretty important. So
I remember seeing it though. Yeah, I do need to get better at clicking around though.
Mhm.
It's definitely like something I need to like get better at. That and checking for TPs.
I mean it can only help. So why not? Okay, so you go Ring of Health, going for Battle Fury, good stuff. Alright. Yep, that's good. Totally fine. You kind of needed to get that out of the way anyway, so it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was another fuck up on my part.
Mhm.
Is not right now, but like here in like 30 seconds.
Your positioning there was fine. You need to run up and force the time lapse, so that was completely fine.
I don't know how this sort of couldn't get an amp off, but yeah, then I get dueled and killed. I should have backed because I knew Legion had Shadow Blade at this point, and I didn't know where she was.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is a little bit understandable. I mean, it's not great, obviously. Like dying is bad, but it's a little weird. I think the biggest indicator is like you guys have 3
Weaver's
people
not
mid.
engaging, or
No, it's really like that actually doesn't matter at all. It matters a little bit, but I think the biggest thing is like you guys have 3 people mid that were just showing. Like you had 3 teammates there, and
oh yeah,
the rest of them are missing. Like their Shadow Demon's bottom, and Abaddon is bottom, but like everyone else is just gone. So it's a little weird. I don't know. I don't even know how I would explain that honestly, but it's weird that you have 3 people mid and there's no one there like on their team. I don't know.
no, it makes sense.
But, okay.
It's just the idea of people missing.
Okay, so you pick up your purse. It's good. Why did you TP back here right away? Out of curiosity.
Oh, just But honestly, it was just a bad decision. I thought they would leave the lane and I could just push it out and then go farm the jungle, but they didn't.
Okay, I don't think it was
But I should
necessarily
have gone
bad.
somewhere else.
I think next time you can just run here and then save your
Okay.
TP. That would be okay. Okay. Okay, this is
Yeah, I
awkward.
just left him.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, choose to go bottom. Okay, so I hate that you guys did this without a smoke, but you do have SF and Slardar, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
we got kind of lucky on this one.
Yeah. So that was
For
fine.
sure.
That was a fine rotation.
Up until here, from here it's downhill.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie.
very good.
For a good like 5-10 minutes.
All right. So you guys rotate bottom. This whole like movement is really strange. Like you guys don't know what you're doing.
No, I was following my team and I should have gone back to farming for
Yeah.
my level 3 or something.
Yeah.
That's my other issue. Is like I make poor decisions of when to group up, and that's partially the reason why I'm losing so much.
Mhm.
I think is like my push timings are bad, and like I don't group up with my team when I'm supposed to.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I definitely should have just gone back to farming after doing that rush instead of trying to push or something.
So there are a couple of things that were wrong. SF should have gone the Aegis, and the other 4 should have grouped. That should have been how things go.
Okay.
If anything, like the best thing you guys can do is do some kind of movement where you push out top lane, and the other 4 teammates push mid, and then you guys can either choose to go mid or top, like depending. Like you push top, that's your primary objective, but then you guys have like this whole part of the map to work with. So like that's basically because this T1 is here. If this T1 isn't here, then you would move bottom, and like you'd have Jug push bottom, and then the other teammates would push out mid, then rotate towards the jungle, and just see how that works out, and try to get some wards down. Those would be like very standard basic movements that you could do next time. Because what you guys did was like you got Roche, then you ran towards mid, and you got a kill, which was great. That's perfect. But that could have been done solo or whatever. You didn't
Yeah.
need to be there as a team. And then like you end up running towards bottom, and like chasing Legion Commander, but like there's no pressure on the map right now. Like this lane is still
Yeah, and our
pushing.
lanes are getting pushed in. Yeah.
Yeah, like this lane is gonna slow push to the enemy team's tower, but it's not enough pressure. It's just weird. So unless you guys get kills here, which it looks like you might, no, you're not gonna get any. Okay, so yeah, if you don't get any kills here, you can't just push this tower, or you shouldn't be able to anyway. You might just because of their poor play or whatever, but yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is a pretty common issue with teams who get Roche. Is just they kind of go full idiot and just like group up for no reason. Okay. Okay.
I should have just spun and TP'd
Okay.
instead of running, probably.
No, that was fine. I mean, honestly, like this fight doesn't even matter really, like because it's so stupid. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, of course.
No.
But yeah, it's just like there's no reason for you guys to be here. You have
Yeah.
no objective here. Yeah, I don't even know how to talk about this. It's basically like
It's just
you can't
pointless.
you can't tell your team like, oh, there's no need for us to be here. It's pointless. But you just kind of need to like say go for mid or something like that, and you know what to do to go push top or whatever. Or just say like you guys push top, I go bottom or something, or some shit like that. It's okay for you guys to group up, but you can't just like group up for nothing. Like here, when you guys grouped for Roche, that was great. You guys were all here, around the same time. You didn't really give anything up in return. It was a good play. It was totally fine. And also there were a lot of enemies like top centric. They had just been pushing this, so that was totally fine. But after you do Roche, like you're kind of blind unless you already have wards out. Like you don't really know what the enemy team's doing.
Yeah.
If this were a higher level game, the enemy team would have like read that you were doing Roche and started to pressure top lane again. So you could like kind of guess that they were around top lane, but you don't know exactly what they're doing. You're kind of blind. So I guess the only piece of advice I can offer there is like try to start doing something before your team can decide to do something for you.
Okay.
So like push top instead of just like grouping with them or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you end up running back. I don't like this farming pattern.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I have gone through the top jungle or?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically like the escaping here is fine, but if you go bottom here, like you don't have any options. Like you can get this
Yeah.
camp, then I guess you could do ancients, but not really.
And then I can't really go bot lane, but I could go to top lane.
Yeah, I guess
Or
you could
could
like
Yeah.
you could like go through here or whatever, but it's not that great. The better path is definitely like going here, then I'd say you could go to the hard camp, then the medium camp, then up here, then here.
And then top should be pushed in by then.
Yeah, you can do some alternation of that. That would be
Okay.
fine. That would be much more efficient. Okay. Okay, CC Legion, that's very valuable information. I don't like this at all. So you just saw your teammate out of Legion, right? So you know that Legion, and actually you see everyone on the map here, like literally everyone except except who is missing. Weaver. Yeah, Weaver's not here, so you don't know if he's here or not. But he's not really a threat. You don't have to worry about him. You can always spin TP or whatever if you're in trouble. So when Legion shows here with her teammates, basically your reaction should not be to go to where Legion is. It should be to like fuck off and go top lane or bottom or whatever.
Okay.
And just push this out. That's just because like, okay, she got a kill, yes, but she also gave you guys valuable information, you know, where her location is. Based on where she moves from here, you can kind of guess where she's going to go. So even if you do go top and push this out, you can always TP bottom and then like make her chase you or whatever. But if you go here and try to force a fight or just like defend the tower or whatever, you're not really gaining anything from this Dazzle dying. Whereas like, yeah, it's bad that Dazzle died, but he also like gave you guys a little bit of information. That's like the silver lining to
Yeah,
his
space
death.
created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely that's something that a lot of lower level carry players have an issue with. It's just like taking this information that, you know, their teammate died to these specific heroes and like, okay, these are the same heroes that would kill me if I was out, or I was out split pushing or whatever. So
Yeah.
if they're here and I'm up here, they can't kill me because, you know, they're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely should have been running towards top during this time. Yeah, this is okay.
This fight was so weird.
Yeah, it's. I mean, this is just a result of like. I hate the word improper play, but it is improper in this case.
Yeah.
Like, that's just such like a stuffy way to talk about it, but it is like it's incorrect.
No, I completely agree because like I should have just gone somewhere else and farmed. But like I didn't want to just leave my team off by themselves. That's part of my issue. Like when I play carry, like I don't know. It's like sometimes my team just groups up and it's like you feel obligated to. Because you know the other team's going to 5-man them back, and you don't want to just have them run 4v5 and die.
Yeah, that's part of the thing. Is like, if you're constantly pressuring the right places as a carry, the other team can't 5v4, or
Okay.
like they can't do it without losing something. So like, let's say this happens, and like here, let's go all the way back. Okay, way before this. Okay, so Dazzle just died to Legion Commander. And you came from like right here or something like that. So if right here at 7 minutes, or let's just call it 17 minutes flat, you start running top, maybe even ignore these camps and just run top. Okay, so let's look at all this time. Okay, so you're here. By now you would be top lane. 20 seconds have passed. That's pretty like a conservative estimate. You'd probably be like pushing the lane already, but yeah. So now you'd be pushing top. Okay, this all happens. Okay, you guys are mid. Okay, now you're at the tower. 30 seconds have passed since, you know, being here. So you kill this whole creep wave. You have creeps pushing. Let's just say you're even right here. You're not even at the tower yet. So you're close. Okay, so this all happens. 18 minutes. Okay, so you guys get 2 kills during this, which is fine. But you're about to die. Okay, so 18, 15. So a minute and 15 seconds have passed, where like if you had chosen to go top, you would have been pushing this whole time. So like, you would have gone the tower in response to this. And like, yes, your team might have gone to fight and, you know, chosen a bad fight or whatever and then blamed you, but it doesn't really matter because you got a tower in response and you're putting pressure and you also got a shit ton of farm.
Yeah, I would have Battle Fury or be a lot closer to Battle Fury.
Right. And that will...
my timing's already slow as is.
Yeah, and that's just because you've been grouping so much for pretty much no reason. Like, the group for the Roche was fantastic. Like, that was great.
But I should have just gone back to farming.
Right. Yeah, after that you go back to farm. Just give SF Aegis and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But basically, when you're playing in a game where they have like ganking heroes like Legion or who's another one, like I don't know, Storm Spirit's a bad example because like he's kind of dead, but he comes to mind. Like Clockwork is another one. You basically just need to look for them constantly and like try to find any clues of where they are. And as soon as you see one, you need to like go to the opposite place and just like see if you can bounce them around the map and get them to chase you and just like barely get away every time. And by barely get away, I mean like be gone before they get there. And be somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. So that should be your goal in these games until you get strong enough to where they can't kill you. Okay. you choose to go top, that's good.
And I didn't go for that top wave because they were all missing, but in hindsight, I probably should have just gone for it.
I think it would have been okay.
Because I ended up going top lane after it pushes closer to the tower. Like after I finish that hard camp, I go top.
Yeah, so it would have been okay, but you need to have Rasta come with you, if that's the case. So, like, it actually depends on how this guy moves. Because if you get ganked and Rasta's here, you just, like, he hexes, you shackles or whatever, and you'll live, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But going out alone is pretty risky. You're right about that. Yeah, so I think that's fine. If Rasta goes with you, though, definitely push out the wave. Okay. So as soon as Legion shows on the map here, like you get the indicator, you just push this right away. And that'd be completely fine. Because you know Legion Commander doesn't have duel, so she can't kill you, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, so I should have gone to push.
Yeah, this is bad. You can't do this. It has to be hitting the tower right now. You need to pressure. Like, they have 2 heroes committed here, so... And you also know Legion is, like, you know, out of commission, so to speak.
Yeah. So this is where if I was better, like, click around, look for TPs, and then, you know, actually, like, assess if it's worth taking.
Right. Yeah, you definitely need to, like, push here and get other people to TP other than their Abaddon. Because, like, this guy doesn't matter. Like, nobody cares if this guy TPs. But if you can get Legion Commander to TP, or, like, Windrunner to TP, that's huge. Like, this is a Blink Windrunner. She can, she can set up a gank on anyone. So, like, except for you, assuming you spin. So if you can get her to TP, that's great. That takes so much pressure off your team. And you also would have gotten the tower pretty much guaranteed. Unless they have Glyph. I'm not sure if they do, but looks like they used it while they were pushing. But yeah, either way, that was a pretty big mistake, I'd say. Despite the outcome being, you know, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you finished up your Battle Fury, that's good.
Yeah, and then, yeah, my farming was not very, very good. After, like, the first 10 minutes, it started to really decline because I just started grouping up way too much.
Yep, that's a pretty common issue. It's okay. Okay, so here you guys need to make a decision to move as a team. Because, like, you're in a weird position where, like, they have a distinct advantage on you because Slardar is dead, but they're split up. So if you guys actually group up as 4 here, and, like, either smoke or just run into their jungle, smoking is probably the best option. I doubt you guys have... Oh, no, Ross has one. So if you guys smoke right here, like, on this high ground, just go bottom. That's a huge win for you. You can, like, worst case scenario is these guys get away, and you guys get some wards down. That would be the best play here. Because you can't push mid. You know Legion and Windrunner are, like, around top side.
Yeah.
You can't go top because you know Legion and Windrunner are around there. And you can't go bottom because these 2 are around here. Like, separately, anyway. You could, I guess, like, group up as 4, but that's a little weird. But either way, like, just if you look at this, like, the way the map is flowing right now, if you guys went bottom, that would be a good opportunity to get wards and push out this lane. And also alleviate some pressure off top by doing that. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't react quick enough to that. Like, I can't remember position was off.
Well, it's not even that. Again, this is like using your brain rather than relying on your reaction time. Like, reaction time is great, but it doesn't matter.
She took forever to duel me. It's like she tried to, like, get her, what's the name of her? Second skill. Like, she was sheaves. I could have just omnied right there.
Well,
I should have definitely just reacted quicker.
Well, yeah, again, you're not getting what I'm saying, though, I don't think. Like, yes, you're right that she messed up and she pressed the attack first, but a good Legion Commander would have killed you, like, right away, pretty much. So, like, you had a sentry here and she didn't know that. But a good one would have just hit you, pressed the attack, dueled right away, instantly, no questions. There would have been no hesitation, you just die. Like, it doesn't matter if she gets hexed or whatever. So that was a big mistake on, like, your part for just walking up. It's not a mistake because you didn't omni fast enough, because, like, you have to kind of play with the assumption that the other team is going to make the right moves. Or, like, you know, relatively correct moves. You can't play with the assumption that they're going to mess up and, like, rely on outplaying them or whatever. In most cases, like, that's how you have to play games when you get higher MMR, but for completely different reasons. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is incorrect, not because you didn't react quick enough, but because there's a Legion Commander here that can kill you, like, as soon as you walk up the hill.
Okay.
Like, regardless of how you play.
Yeah.
Like, if she plays correctly, you die. Guaranteed. No questions.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I understand. Yeah, I need to be more conscious, I guess, of the Shadow Blade.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily just a Shadow Blade. It's like...
or just going uphill and somewhere where I don't have vision.
Yeah, and it's like they had shown signs of
top.
being up here. Yeah, they were showing top. And I think someone even died up here, like, a long time ago. But either way, they showed top and you didn't see them. So you kind of have to assume that they're, like, in this area. That's what would make sense. And it's also even more weird that they showed top.
The lane isn't being pushed.
Yeah, nobody's pushing this. So, like, that's another sign. So they either backed off or they're ganking. Like it's one of those two. And again, that's just like that's more of a reason to go bottom. Like not only are these guys like much less dangerous than the Fed Legion Commander and Windrunner, um, it's also just like a better opportunity for you guys to get wards. So
Okay.
there you go. All right. Okay, so you end up dying. That's okay. Okay.
I don't know why I
Max?
tried to go mid here. That was a huge waste of time.
Yeah, it was. Okay. So yeah, I think we should just move on to a different one at this point. Basically, like you have chronic grouping syndrome. Like
Yeah.
you really want to group all the time, but you need to split push more.
Yeah. I
Like,
don't know. It's just been I've been losing a lot of games because like I haven't been grouping up, so I've been trying to group more, but I think I over grouped this game.
yeah, no,
for sure.
It was huge detriment to your team when you do this. Like
Yeah, I
now,
definitely got carried.
yeah, it's pretty rough. But it's okay. It's something that can be fixed fairly easily over time. By just split pushing more. And there are going to be times where like you mess up and you don't group, but honestly, you probably lose more games by grouping than you do by split pushing too much.
Okay.
Because like when you split push, the worst thing that could happen is you die and get ganked or whatever. Like I guess as soon as you TP in, that would be the worst case. But the realistic worst case scenario is like you push, you get some farm, and then you die. Or like you push, you get a lot of farm, and your team dies, or something like that. Those are like the worst things that could happen. But either way, you're getting farm and you're putting pressure. Whereas like if you group at the wrong time, you're just dying.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're getting gold from kills or whatever, but that's less certain. Like a Juggernaut is more
need
than
to
strong.
farm.
Yeah. No, he's more than strong enough to kill one creep wave. Like you know that you can kill this creep wave no matter what. Like they're not gonna like overpower you or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas like 5 heroes, like it becomes a little bit weird. Like hero strength it's pretty dynamic. So yeah, I think you understand my point. So unless you want to keep watching this one, we should probably jump to a different one here.
No, I'm down to jump to a different one for sure.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Okay. Did you want to watch the Sark one?
I don't know how good of a replay it'll be, but
Okay. No, we don't have to watch it. It's okay. Did we just watch this one? No, that was okay.
no, that was
That's
the
this
other
one. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you were Jug again. Okay, you went interesting builds.
Yeah, I didn't farm very well in the early game in this build at all, or in this game. I just didn't farm like very efficiently. Yeah, my item build was kind of. I wasn't sure what to go because like I didn't want to get like a really late Battle Fury.
Yeah. This would be a good game to go like some kind of drum manta diffusal build. I think that would actually be really good. You could go. It's a little weird, but you could go phase drum or phase Aquila into manta into diffusal, and then from there like some combination of MKB, abyssal, something like that. But the diffusal is definitely necessary for the Omni.
For the Omni, yeah. I need to get better. Like realizing that Omni and diffusal just completely counters the hero.
Yeah, diffusal is just a fucking amazing item on carries now. Especially if you're a Jug who like naturally wants to buy manta. So that would be really good. And it's also quite good against Axe actually, just because his mana pool is so low. Okay. So yeah, that's what I would have gone this game, but okay. Boom. Actually, yeah, you could definitely go with that because like you guys don't need a physical damage dealer to deal with the PA. Like you have plenty of nukes. You have a
and I shouldn't have gone MKB. I should have gone diffusal for sure. I agree.
Okay. Boom. Okay, go standard, tango, salve, stout, great. What are you even leaning against? Is it Omniax?
I think I'm leaning against Klink's Omni or Klink's something else or
That's interesting.
Klink's AA. I couldn't remember. I remember Klink's was bought.
Okay, well, that's shitty. I don't even know how else to describe that. I guess it sort of makes sense in a way, but okay. Yeah, so this guy is just completely like totally wasted. No idea what he's doing. That's fine. I mean, you played that fine. I get like I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Okay. Scalp spin. Okay. Oh, you're being too scared here. That's like the only thing. Like if he went into pit, you should just follow him and assume that your
Yeah.
supports are gonna sentry or whatever.
Okay.
But that was pretty fine. It's okay. Pick up your Cooling Blade. You should have gone PMS again because you're against the Clinks.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here you just need to start hitting the Omni. Like this guy is not gonna, he's not gonna hurt you. And your spin is almost coming up. Like it's within 5 seconds. So you just need to start hitting him basically.
Yeah, and I
instantly.
watched him skill heal, so I can't repel.
So you should definitely be doing that. Also, you weren't watching where Lion was. This guy could die. I think he actually could die. If right here, instead of like being scared, if you were hitting him right now, I think
Yeah.
he dies. Because then you just keep attacking until he gets to the point where like he's just out of attack range. Then you can spin and you'll hit him. Because like this is a little bit longer than attack range. So
Yeah.
I think he actually might have died here. It's tough to say though. But he would have taken a crippling amount of damage had he used like a salver, you know, all of his Tengras or whatever. So you're definitely being a little bit scared there. And also the same thing happened this game with the
Yeah.
creeps.
Double.
Mhm.
Double range.
Okay. Yeah, so this is... You need to avoid doing this. Like, you're full HP here, or basically full. Clinks is attacking you. So, the worst thing you can do right now when you have a creep advantage
just sit there.
is not to play with it.
Yeah.
Or, like, you're not playing with your creep advantage. You're playing, like... You're actually making it... You're going to the only possible place where you could actually get hit by more creeps than the enemy is. If that makes sense. Like, you're trading
No, it
very
does.
inefficiently here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is just like, yes, you get a crit and you do a lot of damage, but you end up taking like half your HP in response, so it's not an efficient trade. And you're not at such a regen advantage right now that you can afford to do that. If it was like you had already burned all of Omni's regen, then absolutely that's worth it. Because then like he can't, you know, regen. That's not quite what he can't like heal up after getting hit, whereas you can if you have extra regen. So yeah, or he can't heal up without, you know, actually using all of his mana. If that makes sense. Okay, so you go pull. That's probably fine. Okay. Yeah, that was good. Okay. Yeah, you definitely needed to buy a PMS. 100%.
Okay.
Very important. Okay, you have 2 range again. How did this happen? What the hell? Oh, okay, okay. So, I'm assuming these creeps got hit by a tower. No. I don't know why I'm not seeing this. Okay, so you have... Oh, Lion starts tanking. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he tanks for a little bit. And you also have these creeps here. Okay, I didn't see these. Okay, that's fine. I was wondering,
Same
like, how
triple
this...
ranged.
Yeah, I was wondering how this just randomly, like, became a triple wave. Like, it didn't make any sense to me at all, but that makes sense if he was tanking stuff. Oh, you know what happens? Okay, so the creeps that Lion pulled ran down here. And that was because it was a Wild Wing camp, and they're not strong enough to kill a creep wave. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's really strange. So I think the only 2 camps that will kill an entire creep wave are Hellbears and Ancient Trolls. So just keep that in
Okay.
mind when you're pulling.
I didn't know Wildling couldn't do it.
Yep, they can't. They don't have the
Interesting.
damage. Okay. Okay, so naturally the lane is going to push, which is fine. It's going to happen. Okay. Yeah, you guys don't get any kills here. That's pretty unlikely. Okay, I don't like this. I think if you're going to do nothing, like in this position, it's fine. But you need to like pretend that you're doing something. Like, and that sounds
Okay.
so dumb, but like any kind of pressure you can put on these guys is helpful. If you don't have an immediate objective, and you know that like nobody could gank you or whatever, like these 2 are staying in lane, you know, mid isn't missing, their supports are top, then you might as well like pressure them a little bit and just like make it uneasy for them. Obviously, if it's another hero, you don't want to get stunned under tower or whatever, but you can just walk
Yeah.
up and like stand here and like act like you're gonna dive for a second, and then run away before your creeps die,
Okay.
something like that. Because like here you don't do anything, which is
Yeah.
it's fine. You're not doing anything negative here by any means, but there's some other things you could do right now. That would be a little bit more fun. I mean, to be honest too, like it'd be more fun than just sitting back there. But yeah, there's also like a little bit of mind game you can play there, so you might as well. Okay, So every time line goes in like this, it's losing you guys a lot of pressure. You can't do anything when they have repel, so kind of sucks.
Yeah, I need to get better at, like, because later in this game I ended up just taking way too much damage from Clinks.
Mhm.
I need to realize like that I can't really do anything. I can't contest them.
Yep.
I need to worry about myself instead of worrying about them.
Yeah, that's why in this lane you just go for like PMS and Ring of Health pretty much, and just build your Battle Fury. Actually, do you go Ring of Health? It's tough because like Battle Fury is pretty tough to build in this game.
I think I go Ring of Health, and then like I build into a Vanguard. I get like my Vanguard and something else like the same time. It was but my item build for this game was really wonky, and I like was sitting on a lot of unspent gold, which is bad
Okay.
as well. Like early off.
The Vanguard is interesting. I don't know if I would do it personally because they have a lot of right clickers, but really they're not right clickers that attack quickly. Really, like Clinks and PA attack relatively quickly, but they're not like Windrunner where they attack quickly and do a little bit of damage each attack. They attack quickly and do a shit ton of damage each attack. So Vanguard isn't as effective. I was mostly asking like, do you need the Ring of Health to sustain in lane? And I'm not really sure, honestly. I think it's okay to even get a casual ring, or maybe like go Aquila Drum. What does Drum give you now? Can you even buy Drum on Carius anymore? This game is so fucked. All right. Okay. Okay, Drum goes 9 int now. Probably can't go this. That sucks. Fuck.
Was it 12 prior?
Is it what?
I
Sorry.
remember Drum. It was like 12 prior, wasn't it? Or was it higher? For like the original basis, because I remember getting it nerfed because I used to build Drum on like Jug every game.
I believe it was like 3 of each stat or something, or 6 of each stat, 9 of each stat. I don't know. But either way, I know it wasn't so stacked in int favor. Wait, could you? What does Echo Saber give? Sorry, I'm like asking questions, but this is just like it's bothering me because I don't know what to build in this case. Because you need some HP regen, but this doesn't give you any. I guess the best thing you could do is like I would say go like phase Aquila, and depending on how you're doing, transition into Battle Fury or like a Manta build, I guess. And that would be okay. Maybe you could get a casual Morbid Mask as well, maybe. But this is just a little weird, actually. I think all the signs are pointing to Jug being a bad hero in this specific game because there's literally no item builds that I can come up with that would be good. I don't like getting lifesteal on this hero for whatever reason, but
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I think it's redundant with Healing Ward.
Yeah, I think the best thing you can do actually is just go phase Aquila and then like go combat items like an SNY or a Manta and just start fighting.
Yeah.
Like preferably split push like in between. I don't mean just like group up like you did last game. Like you still split push, but you actively try to avoid laning against people because like all these heroes are just fucking sick at laning. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense or not, and it's like not a great answer, but I think that's your best option in this game.
Okay. I kind of understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't even remember what prompted that entire like rant, so sorry about that, but I hope it was helpful.
No, you're good.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, at this point, you should just go back to base after this wave. Just get the ECS. Because you're not going to get anything from here on. Like, the only thing you're going to get out of this lane is
XP.
Yeah.
If I'm close enough.
And they can mess up and just push, but they're not going to. If they're smart, they'll just like keep... Okay, he just fucking healed.
No, yeah, he's been healing the wave the entire
game. Oh my god, that triggers me so hard, dude. That's so fucking bad. That's so bad. I hate seeing that. Okay, so this guy is like, he's saving your life. If he wasn't pushing, they could just continuously pull this back and you're fucked. You can't do anything. You can like pull and that's it. But if they're really good, they could do the same thing, and yeah, you'd just be completely fucked. So you need to go back. Yeah, this is just a rough situation. I'd say the best thing you can do in this lane is like buy an early PMS and try to get an early kill, preferably on the Omni, but it's tough. Yeah, that's what I would do in this lane, and then just like group up when you hit, or not group up. I shouldn't say that. You should go for a kill on somebody on the map when you have 6.
You go for like a quick rotation. After
Yeah.
someone dies or something like that with that Omni or something.
Yeah, like killing the AA is good, killing the PA is good. Those are both pretty likely. PA is actually like surprisingly easy to kill on Jug if she doesn't have blink up.
Yeah.
So you can just like get Timber to bait or something, I don't know. Or you guys can dive. That's what I would do. I think that's the best option. Definitely you can't stay down here though, that's too rough. Okay. Okay, so like even though you're full HP, it's still like, okay, I know if I walk up for the CS, I'm gonna get hit by
I'm gonna
clicks.
take so much damage. Yeah.
Yeah, you have like the Pavlovian response right now of just like not even wanting to go up because you know you're gonna get like slapped in the face. That just sucks. Laning in Dota can be brutal sometimes. Okay. Spire Aquila, that's good. At this point, like you might as well just leave and go jungle. That'd be completely fine. Kind of sucks that you have an LC, but you know it's whatever. Actually, oh, LC has her blink. Okay, no, this is fine. Yeah, you can transition into jungle now, and just like try to find that sweet spot where if you need to use healing ward to farm or whatever, and like keep yourself sustained, that's fine. Just like try to keep your mana up so you can TP and Omni.
Okay.
Yeah, basically like what you do now is instead of laning down here is you go jungle and try to stay relatively healthy so that if you
It's
need to
like-
go gank, you can.
What are like some of the criteria to like keep in mind when you want to like decide just to leave the lane and go switch to the jungle? Is it just like when you're just realizing you're not CSing well, or
It's like, can I walk up to get a CS without dying or like taking a lot of damage? And like let's
like I just did?
yeah, like what
Okay.
literally what just happened? Like okay, so you're gonna walk up, get one last hit. You're at 500 HP. Okay, you're down to 300. Okay, probably not
Yeah.
a good idea to be in lane anymore. It's time to
Okay.
leave. That's like a general indicator, but ideally you do that beforehand. Like you know what's going to happen before you go for the CS, so you're just not there in the first place. Because Lion could actually lane against the Clinks relatively safely if he has a sentry. Like the worst thing that could happen is Clinks pops on him, and then Lion just stuns him and runs away. And he can last it from range like completely fine. So that would be a good option for you guys actually. Or you could even have Timber come down here or something. Something like that. Ideally, you don't want to do that because like he's crushing PA, but yeah. Definitely don't want to be in a situation where you're 1v1 against a range hero. Assuming you guys have even levels or farm or whatever. Okay. Holy shit. Okay.
I die here, I think.
Yeah, you guys lost.
That was dumb.
Let's talk about this and then stop, I think. I mean,
If I had
Really-
gotten the jump, it would have been closer, but I still don't think we would have got him.
yeah, no, you wouldn't have killed him. Like maybe if you get the jump and crit, but I don't think so. I think he just kills you both, no matter what. Ideally, Lion, like... No, I mean, that was just dumb. You guys can't kill him. You just don't have
No.
the damage combined. I don't really
No,
have any
well, yes,
constructive
that's backed
criticism
up.
there, other than just don't go for it. It's not possible.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
it's hard to kill Clinks after he eats a creep.
Yeah, you guys don't have the
I should have
damage.
checked for the buff.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I do think we should wrap things up, though. Key things to take away from this game are just, like, general carry stuff. Like, you want to avoid the situation where you're constantly feeling the need to group or whatever because your team is grouped and because the enemy team is grouped. Like, that's not what Dota is about. Dota is about pushing towers and pressure and farming creeps.
Objective-based game.
So, things to work. Yeah, I guess that's just what you should work on specifically. Like that and information gathering, as always.
Yeah.
Just like clicking around and checking to see who has what. Trying to
but you don't
predict
see,
build
like-
paths.
Any other major flaws?
I mean, like I saw flaws obviously, but I think those are the big ones. You seem to use your spells okay. Like I don't think we watched enough team fighting to actually like talk about it really, but
Yeah.
it seemed okay. Positioning was relatively okay as well. Yeah, I think those were the big things though. Like your decision making was what needed the most work.
Okay.
That's what was like severely limiting you, I think. Yeah, do you have any like final questions or stuff you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Not that I can think of, no.
Okay, that's fine.
Actually, what are
sure.
you supposed to do like when you're in like a winning position? Because I've had like a lot of like good games where I have like an amazing laning stage, and like the 14-minute comes around and
Mhm.
it starts to go well. 20 minutes comes around and then it's the opposite way because I fed or I died or whatever. Like I have like issues with playing while I'm ahead. Like I don't know like what I'm supposed to be doing, so to speak.
Well, that's a pretty general answer or question, but
Yeah.
really the best thing you can do is if you're ahead, you want to get map control, and the best way to get
Okay.
map control is to deward everything. So tell your teammates to buy a gem or something like that, and just deward, get some wars in jungle. Tell your team to smoke and go top or something like that. So like, let's say this tower is dead, and you guys want to push this tower. You start pushing top lane, and you tell your team to smoke and go up like this or something like that.
Okay.
Can't draw that well, but yeah, you understand what I'm saying. Just get wards up here, and continuously push. Like if you're ahead, then just understand the heroes that can and can't kill you, or try to like figure it out anyway,
Yeah.
and avoid those heroes while still split pushing and trying to pressure as much as you can. Definitely don't want to just like sit in your jungle and farm. If you can afford it anyway.
Okay.
So general answer to the general question is
Yeah,
just
yeah,
get map pressure,
Okay.
which is like not helpful at all, but that should be
Just
your
strangle
focus.
them in their own base. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer for that, but really, like, there are a lot of things that go into that. So,
Okay. Fair.
okay. So yeah, if you think of anything else, just feel free to message me or whatever. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I hope this was helpful.
Very.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good luck, man.
Thank you. I'll probably sign up again later.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you should typically like wait probably like 2 weeks and just try to implement
Okay.
this stuff.
Yeah.
And then, from there, you can decide whether or not you want another lesson or whatever. No pressure.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, take care, dude. I hope this is helpful again.
You too. Thank you again.
Peace.
Peace.